The crypto industry is absolutely eating itself from the inside and speed running its own destruction. So listen, this is a Bitcoin only channel, and I really don't give a shit about crypto, except to the extent that I feel it's important to fight the good fight of distinguishing Bitcoin from crypto. It is important that people understand the difference. Of course, yes, because I want Bitcoin adoption to continue. And I think it's a valuable thing that people understand and be able to invest in or use as a savings technology. So I think it's important that people understand the difference between Bitcoin and every other cryptocurrency, because one of those things can help people and the other does nothing but hurt people. The more people who never come near or touch crypto, the better. It might as well be cigarettes or gambling, just in the sense that if you never come near it, the better off your life's going to be. So I'm going to cover this Javier Milei story because A, the story is nuts, and B, it's the most perfect example of how crypto is nothing more than degenerate gambling. Actually, it's not even degenerate gambling because the entire industry is built to be a rug pull, pump and dump, use retail as exit liquidity for my scam, from VCs all the way to meme coins. That's the whole entire game. So listen, if you take nothing else from this video, just know that you are not going to make money on crypto. You might think that you can buy it and sell before you get rugged, but it's not going to happen. You might think, well, I'll get in the Telegram channel and I'll know before the dumb retail money knows. No, because there's a Discord chat that you don't know about that's waiting to dump on the idiots in the Telegram channel. And then the next time you might think, I got the Discord this time. I'm going to be the one who dumps on the idiots in the Telegram channel. No, because there's an even smaller chat on Signal that's going to dump on the people in the Discord who are going to dump on the people in the Telegram who are going to dump on the people in retail. So you think you're on the inside, but you're just making your way through Dante's circles of hell with more and more scumbags, and you're still not on the inside. Because apparently waiting at the end of the line is the final boss, the Hogwarts Oompa Loompa, who launches coins for Javier Milei and Donald Trump and Melania and Dave Portnoy. And unless you're in the room with him, you're the sucker. In poker, they say, if you can't spot the sucker at the table, you're the sucker. Well, in crypto, there are so many layers of suckers that you think you've spotted the sucker, but he was planted there to make you think you spotted him, and really, you're still the sucker. So I'm not going to cover this entire hour-long Coffeezilla interview, even though the whole thing is absolutely nuts. But he's part of the team that launched the Libra coin and convinced Javier Milei apparently to rug pull his entire country. And he also worked with the Melania coin, by the way. And he stated that he knows for a fact that there was an insider meeting in DC that let people buy in early on the Trump coin. The layers of insanity on this are just nuts. So we're going to hear from the guy so far inside. He's way more inside than you and your Discord channel. And we're going to hear how insane and delusional the entire industry is. And we're going to watch the guy in real time basically get 99% of the way there to acknowledging that everything about crypto is a complete scam, yet not quite have the self-awareness to say, yeah, maybe we probably shouldn't be doing this. And he apparently has $100 million from this thing, but he doesn't know what to do with it because he's in over his head. So I'm going to fast forward through a lot of this, but here we go.
For the last 48 hours, I've been investigating the Argentinian meme coin disaster known as Libra. If you don't know, the president of Argentina posted publicly supporting this meme coin, and subsequently it has all crashed and people have wondered where the money is, with $100 million seeming to go missing. And what you're about to hear is an hour-long interview with Hayden Davis, who is the main guy behind the launch and a lot of the token decisions. He currently sits with $100 million in his possession that he's trying to find out what to do with.
Every single one of these launches, that's what happens. What happened with Libra, the goal is to connect enough liquidity because Milei was going to do another video, and then there were some other, I won't name them, but there were some other high-level people that were going to interact, post, market the video. Have Milei do the second round of videos.
I love this part, how he thinks every single one of these, look at the chart. Look at the chart of every single one of these. They go straight up and they come straight down and then they peter. He's so delusional. Well, he's probably just full of shit, but he's so delusional that he thinks there was going to be a second round of marketing. There was going to be more people posting about it.
And then inject all the capital back in, or at least the vast majority, and create like a mega Trump launch, basically. I still don't have answers on exactly what happened. Like, it's not a rug. It's a plan gone miserably wrong with $100 million sitting in an account.
He's either lying or he delusionally thinks it's not a rug. So back to my previous point, no matter how far on the inside you think you are, some other guy is behind you waiting to rug you. So even this guy who thought he was all the way on the inside, that he's running the project, somebody else behind him is waiting to even rug him. The whole thing is obviously a rug pull. To have any kind of idea that, oh, there was going to be a second wave of marketing, or it's not a rug pull because there was a plan and there was going to be utility for the token, blah, blah, blah. Whoever's behind him was lying to him. They're going to rug him. So it doesn't matter how far on the inside you think you are, there's some guy behind you waiting to rug you. Because again, that's the whole entire game. The whole entire game, rug as many people as you possibly can, get further and further and further and further and further to where you think you're towards the insider circle. Apparently, you could never possibly be certain that there isn't another guy behind you who's waiting to rug you. They're all such scumbags and scammers and backstabbers. Literally seems to me like it's what doing drug deals must be like, because you're always afraid the next guy's going to backstab you. Well, somehow he ended up with $100 million, so he didn't get backstabbed too bad.
I would love instruction on what to do with it. I don't have no desire to be public enemy number one. I'm not benefiting from this. It's also multi-sided, right? Because like it's a meme coin.
Once again, you're never on the inside, no matter how far inside you think you are. So you could be Javier Milei, and either he was in on it or he was sold this bill of goods that this thing was going to be some investment tool for supporting Argentina or growth in Argentina, or it was going to go to some foundation, or the money was going to be used to invest in Argentina. He was rug pulled too. That's the whole point. Doesn't matter how far you're the president of the country, you're still going to get rug pulled, because he was bullshitted into thinking that this was somehow going to benefit Argentina if he just promoted it. He just called it a meme coin. There was no utility, there's no project, there's no investment in Argentina, there's no foundation. They were never going to carry out any of that. He just called it a meme coin.
How do you assess a value when the token's not dead? The president's most likely going to support it.
He's either just doing this as PR just to lie and get his messaging out there, or he's so delusional that he thinks the token's not dead and Malay's going to keep supporting it.
So it's going to have some element of probably going back up.
Dave Portnoy, who knew about the launch, I think he said 2 weeks before, he had time to put $5 million together. Then he loses the money and you refund him.
So I'm going to keep coming back to my point on this. You are not on the inside going to make money on a crypto meme coin. The guy who's running the thing is going to DM Dave Portnoy to get in for some reason, probably just because he thinks Portnoy will pump it and it'll go higher. But Portnoy, if he loses $5 million, is going to get a refund from the guy who runs the thing. So if you're out there watching Davey Day Trader and you think, I'm gonna follow what he does and I'm gonna get in by jails tool and I'm gonna get out before I get rugged, Portnoy doesn't give a shit about you. He's doing all this to promote Kraken because he gets paid by them. And if he loses $5 million on the Malay meme coin, he's gonna get refunded by the friggin' promoters of it. So you're not gonna win no matter what you do.
Every meme coin I've ever known or invested in or been a part of, like the people that benefit are the people that know, like the people that benefit the most are the people that structure the deal.
So he's getting closer. Now he's getting closer. Oh, the insiders are the people who put together the deal are the only people that make money. He's getting closer.
That is the game for everyone. And people that get mad are the people that aren't insiders. That is what happens. That's all the bitching on socials is all the people that don't get into the deals. You'll never hear them bitch if they're in the deal.
Finally, okay? So he's just telling you exactly what's happening. The entire thing is a scam, is a pump and dump rug pull designed to dump on you. Period. End of story. Unless you're on the inside. And again, even if you think you're on the inside, you're not on the inside. So just telling you exactly what it is.
You'll never hear them bitch if they're in the deal. So it's like, what do you do then? You don't do anything. You don't launch the project. You're like, how do you make money then? He's
admitting the whole entire thing is a scam, but then he just can't wrap his mind around, well, what do you do then? You just don't scam people? I mean, how would you make money if you just don't scam people? We're just going to stop scamming people? Like, well, we can't possibly do that. That's out of the question.
Dave doesn't know that much about what's going on with meme coins yet. He's just kind of like figuring it out.
So he's talking about Portnoy again. Dave Portnoy is paid by Kraken to convince you to go lose money on meme coins.
Most of the time when we're sniping, we're attempting to avoid other snipers getting in.
Now this goes into this crazy, weird technical BS about how when he's sniping the project, it's to help the project, or he's trying to pre-snipe it before other people can snipe it. The self-delusion is just beyond.
Just to be clear, do you think this happens a lot?
I think that this is all that happens in all of meme coins ever. Every single person that launches these, unless they're just a nefarious fuck, they're trying to figure out how to make these last. Like my whole goal of coming into this was like, if you...
Do you ever watch The Big Short? And there's a scene where Steve Carell and his guys, and they go talk to the lenders and the bankers who are like giving out all these shitty loans. And Steve Carell's like, why are they confessing?
I don't get it. Why are they confessing? They're not confessing. They're bragging.
So this guy is either one, just doing a PR campaign to try to like make himself not look like the bad guy, or two, he's literally just doing advertising for himself because he knows having successfully pump and dump rug pulled Melania and Libra is like the best marketing in the crypto scam ecosystem he could possibly have. So he's probably getting 50 DMs an hour from other people who want to do the same thing. He's literally doing marketing for himself because he knows it's going to generate more business. He's acting like, oh, when they start, they try to figure out how to make the project work. It's like, there's no chance that there's any truth to that. again, even if he wants to delude himself into thinking that part of that's true, there's people behind him who are just doing it knowing it's a rug pull, and they're just like, oh, this guy, he's just going to carry this out for us, and he's going to get rug pulled too.
Like, okay, sure. What's the solution? You don't launch the project?
What's the solution? You don't launch the scam project that's going to scam people and rug people? What's the solution? Like,
I would ask you, what would you do?
Philosophically,
what would you do? I would just not launch scam projects that are designed to rug people. What a novel idea.
And everyone else should at least take a fucking second and look at what should people do and how should people make money from these? Because there's basically one way, right? There's fees, which are very nominal on big launches. And then there's also, of course, the platforms that make fuckloads of money, no matter if there's a rug pull or a project goes well or not, which I completely disagree with.
Yeah,
I
they
completely
sell
like,
shovels.
and I completely disagree with it. Like pump funds, fucking full of shit. Meteora, Jupiter, Bullex, Photon, all these guys, it doesn't matter. They're just making money on trading fees, and if people lose their shorts, they're still cooking, which I think is fucking bullshit.
The cognitive dissonance always with the scammer. There's a website where I can launch scams and rug pull people, and when I do that, it's the marketplace who's the bad actor because, well, they're taking transaction fees even if people lose their money. You launched the scam. Well, how am I supposed to make money from meme coins and rug pull scams if I don't launch them?
And I've told many of the owners of those of all those platforms that it's fucking bullshit. And there should be some element of like, if it's a true rug or people are screwing you, or screwing people, like screwing people, there should be some sort of like refund policy. Anyway,
Not the way I'm screwing people when I just pretend like I'm not screwing people, and then I pretend like there's people behind me who said that, oh, this was all going to be good, but then I just end up with $100 million, but I didn't screw anybody.
aside from that, what would people do? What do you do when there's a broken system and you're trying to fix it and you're trying to sort out different launches, different mechanisms? What the fuck should you do? I would love just at least, right, if this is going to be recorded and go live and whatever, that to be a thought. Because
So by asking that question, he's admitting everything I've said this whole time. He's admitting everything about crypto is a scam, a rug pull pump and dump. There is no other way to make money in it unless you're the platform that they get launched on and you take transaction fees. He's literally saying there is no other way to make money from this. Well, what else would you do? You can only run scams. There's no other way to make money from it. And he wants to know, well, what's the solution? The only way to make money is to scam people. So what should I possibly do? Of course, it never occurred to him just to not scam people. This is why the only positive thing coming out of this is that crypto is speed running its own destruction, because eventually they'll run out of suckers and enough people will have heard of these things from afar that they won't come near it with a 10-foot pole.
nobody, the best people in crypto, don't have an answer. They don't. Nobody has an answer for it. I'm constantly trying to figure out, okay, what should we do? How should we make money cleanly? Is it even possible?
So I think people in crypto don't want to hear that.
But then every crypto project, whether they're VC funded or it's a meme coin, is value extracted.
He's getting there. He's finally getting there. Every crypto project, whether it's VC or not, which by the way, this is exactly what A16Z does, just on a much larger scale. Every crypto project, whether it's VC funded or it's a meme coin, this is what it is. A scam designed to pump and dump on retail for the insiders to get rich. And you have the guy at the center of one of these biggest ones ever admitting that that's exactly what it is.
Crypto, the idea was that we are, yes, it's a little speculative at first, but the reason you should care about this is because there's something that is valuable behind it. There's some kind of financial technology behind it. I think that's the overall pitch. Now,
But
people
there's
will
not.
argue to. Well, that's
There's not look at any crypto asset, right?
They're all shitcoins. King Shitcoiner, behind the scenes Shitcoiner, launching pump and dump rug pull shitcoin scams. He's telling you they're all shitcoins. There's nothing going on. There's nothing under the surface. It's either a pretend vaporware that's promising it's going to do something that it's not going to do, or it's just telling you outright that it's never going to do anything.
even Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin.
So obviously I disagree with him about Bitcoin because I understand Bitcoin. But I can understand why a guy this deep in the fishbowl who just only seen water and everything around him is water thinks water is the only possible thing that can exist. Of course he thinks that about Bitcoin. Why wouldn't he? So if your takeaway from this whole thing is don't even come near Bitcoin, I wouldn't even blame you because it's such a shit show. And they've done such a good job of muddying the waters between all this that from the outside looking in, it's hard to tell the difference. Now, of course, here's what I tell you. Bitcoin is different. The simplest way to tell you why Bitcoin's different, there's no fucking guy at the top waiting to rug pull you. There's no person who pre-mined all the coins and got his friends to buy up all the supply and is holding 90% of it waiting to dump on you the second the chart goes up. Yeah, of course there's other reasons why Bitcoin's different, but the biggest one, there's no project, there's no roadmap, there's no founders, there's no foundation, there's no insider trading pool, there's no snipers. None of this shit exists.
Literally valuable because a shitload of people said it's valuable. And because it, quote unquote, isn't controlled by anybody that we know of.
Of course, he's too dumb to understand Bitcoin. And no, it's not controlled by anybody that we know of.
Even at the top, all of it is extractive to some degree or a zero-sum game. None of it has value.
No shit, bro.
Like whether it's a fucking meme coin or it's a giant utility project, it all is dog shit. The whole point of being here.
So even the guy who makes $100 million off crypto is speed running his crypto destruction.
Is the attempt for it not to be one day, which is going to require huge amounts of progress for it to get there. Some of these could at least maybe, again, eventually create utility, or the Daves or the, Kanye is a horrible example, but some of these big guys, and they start collaborating, cross-promoting, burning tokens, adding utility. And maybe there's actually potential of like social finance for those type of things.
So we're going to run a scam. We're going to rug pull people, pump and dump them, take all their money, and then maybe somewhere down the road, Kanye and Dave Portnoy will burn tokens and create utility in the token that was already a pump and dump. There's a reason 10 friggin' thousand of these things launch every hour. It's because the chart goes like this, up and right back down, and then it's dead and you need to launch another one. Because no one's ever going to create utility or go back to the old one that already dumped on everybody that everyone knows is a rug pull and create utility out of it. Like, this is just delusional insanity. I mean, again, he's probably just full of shit and lying to try to save his own face. But this is going to be one of my last points, which is, this is the other thing you need to understand about, this is why this keeps happening with different celebrities. So these people need to find new exit liquidity, and you need to find new suckers. So they need to bring in new people. They call it onboarding people into Web3. What they do is they go find Trump and Melania and Milei and Hawk Tuah Girl and Dave Portnoy and semi-unsuspecting people who are like semi-in on it, but they don't really understand what's going to happen to their audience, and the fact that, again, there's always someone behind you waiting to rug pull you. They don't really understand what's going to happen when this thing launches. All they know is, well, I've been promised a bunch of money up front, and then they lie to me and gave me all these like reasons why it's going to be locked up and blah, 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 and they just bullshit the hell out of the Hawk Tuah Girl or whoever. Even Trump or Javier Milei, like, you're going to get rug pulled, but they have to keep doing this with new, different celebrities or different notable people so that they can capture a new audience of people who haven't been scammed yet. Because every time an audience of people gets scammed and rug pulled, they realize crypto is a piece of shit scam factory, so they're not going to come back. So now they have to go find Javier Milei's audience or people who trust him. And then once they burn that trust, they got to go find Donald Trump and people who trust him. And then they burn that audience. And then they got to go find Hawk Tuah Girl or whatever. And even if there's not an audience of people who trust that celebrity, they just need a reason to make people think it's going to go up for like the first hour so that they can sell right at that top. So they just need a little bit of attention on it. So they'll go to any celebrity. So here's this one, which I've been meaning to bring up. Kanye actually came out and just tweeted this last week. I was proposed $2 million to scam my community. I said no and stopped working with their person who proposed it. And then he shows the DM or the text that he got. X promotional contract, $750K paid to you up front, $1.25 million paid to you 16 hours after your post on X. Your post may stay up for 8 hours. It's promotion of a fake yay currency. After 8 hours, you may post, my account was hacked. The post was not me. The company asking you to do this will be scamming the public out of tens of millions. This is the exact game plan that happens at the beginning of every single one of these things. And then you can delete your tweet and say that you got scammed or you got hacked. What did Javier Milei do? He deleted the tweet. So that whether he knew or not, these people are just going from one celebrity to another. I couldn't even get this video out fast enough. Coffeezilla already has another one that he came out where Adam22 or whoever the hell he is, pump and dump scammed his audience because he got paid up front. So they're just speed running, scam every single person in the world as fast as possible until every person is burned by crypto. So I'm jumping ahead because I'm not going to cover this whole entire thing. The guy's just so delusional, it's hard to even listen to it. But I'm just going to have him tell you one more time exactly what's going on.
With Trump or any of these big ones, like, it is an insider's game. This is an unregulated casino. Like, if you're a retail trader thinking you're going to go make millions off of meme coins, you better study your fucking ass off. Like, how do you think Pump Fund works? Pump Fund, the coin bonds, people put money in, insiders know about it first, It rips up, and it's who loses last. That's how it's a game. Every single one of these is a game. There's none of them that aren't games. If you have 100 grand, go spend 10 and play the game if you want to do that. But it's not a good idea. It's like going to the casino, which is like that's the game. I thought that some of these meme coins would turn into utility.
So again, just wanted you to hear from the horse's mouth. They're all shitcoins. They're all scams. They're all rug pulls. They're all fake. I have other videos on my channel about why Bitcoin is different. If your takeaway from this is that Bitcoin is not different, honestly, I don't blame you, because it's worth studying it to understand why Bitcoin is different, in my opinion. But if your takeaway is I'm not coming to your crypto with a 10-foot pole, I don't blame you, because it's so scummy and so dirty. And again, crypto is just going to speed run its destruction and scam every single person in the entire world until there's nobody left to be scammed. That's its literal goal. And burn the trust of every notable celebrity or public figure. Have them burn the trust they built with their audience by scamming them. And that's the entire goal of the industry. And the only way you're benefiting from it is if you're one of these scammer guys on the inside who's going to hell. In my opinion, the biggest thing you need to do is study Bitcoin and understand why Bitcoin is different and spread the message. Everything else that's not Bitcoin is a shitcoin. Tell everybody you know, don't go near crypto with a 10-foot pole. Study Bitcoin, understand why it's different. So it's a bummer that people lose money on these scams, but I am happy that crypto is self-destructing and eating itself alive. And there's going to be no altcoin season this time, and the Bitcoin dominance is only going to continue. And the only thing that'll exist alongside Bitcoin is stablecoins, because they're the only ones you can't pump and dump. So that's it. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want to better understand why Bitcoin's different, please watch some of the other videos on my channel. All right, by the way, one last piece I wanted to come back and add. First of all, I take back everything I said about this guy maybe not being in on it and just being rug pulled by the people behind him and maybe not knowing what was happening. Because first of all, there's allegedly leaked text of him saying he claims he paid Milei's sister and that he owns Milei because he paid his sister money. Sweet. Also, we can have Milei tweet and meet in person and do promo. I control that. I send money to his sister and he signs whatever I say and does what I want. So this story just gets crazier and crazier. Okay, and now Coffeezilla put out another video where he got an interview with another guy who was on the inside who says, that guy is lying to you about everything you said, basically.
I then got an interview with another insider in these coins who says that Hayden does snipe tokens personally. How does he know? Well, he claims he's seen it before. He was in the room with Hayden when it happened on another project called Enron Token.
I see on the far end, there's a bodyguard and their whole family sitting down, Gideon, Hayden, across is Dr. Tom, daughters, and then his sons. And they're all about to launch Enron. They have like 10 minutes before the launch, they all have snipers ready with a contract address on the snipers. Sniper bots. They're like all waiting. They're all, smoke coming out of their ears. They're all smoking like crazy on caffeine. The token launches and everyone's pressing.
So anyways, just wanted to come back and add that just to basically say, don't believe a word out of that guy's mouth that he's not a sniper. He doesn't do that. He's trying to save the project. Stay away from all this shit. These people are the biggest scumbags on earth, and they will say and do anything to separate you from your money. Crypto is a shitcoin casino. To the extent that Bitcoin gets lumped in with this crap in people's minds, it's frustrating. But at the end of the day, this stuff can't stop Bitcoin, can't hurt Bitcoin. We all know Bitcoin's inevitable. See you in the next video.